boys and girls, Mr. DiGiovanni here. In this video we're going to be taking a look at linear equations that are written in standard form. So far we've been working with lines, linear equations that are in our slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. In this case we're going to be looking at standard form. So our goals here are how to identify, you will all be able to identify an equation that's written in standard form when we're done with this video, and also you're going to be able to find the x and y intercepts of that equation, and you can be able to graph that equation. Okay, and you're going to see numbers 2 and number 3 really go hand in hand, and are not going to be that difficult for you. Okay, so take a second, copy these down. You can pause the video if you need to. When you're ready, unpause it. I'm going to move forward. Alright, so here's what our standard form looks like. ax plus by equals c. Okay, and a, b, and c are all numbers. Okay, so technically speaking, we talk about a and b, the numbers in front of the variables. What do we call the numbers that are in front of variables? If you know it, shout out nice and loud. Let your mom and dad know that you are a young, budding mathematical genius. The numbers in front of the variables are called, starts with the letter C. Here we go, coefficients. Okay, write that down. All right, coefficients. And if you need to pause the video to write some things down, give it a pause. I'm going to move forward here. Okay, take a look here at these equations. And before you write them all down, take a look at them and think to yourself, which one is the one in standard form? Okay, I'm going to circle it myself here in just a moment, so take a look at them. All right, and then you can always pause it and write them down. But which one of these is in standard form? It's going to be this one right in here. All right, you see that format follows 6x, it's like our ax, by, well, there's our 12y, equals c, 24. Okay? So that's how we can identify, right, our equations, ax plus by equals c. Great. Now let's take a look here. Example 1. They want us to graph this equation, 6x plus 12y equals 24. So here's our list of rules that we need to follow. We're going to find the x and y intercepts. Okay, and so in order to do that, we're going to make our x-y chart, just as we did right here. First thing we're going to do, we're going to plug in 0 for x. Okay. Let's see if we can get that centered. There we go. So let's plug in 0 for x. Well, I don't want to use that pen. Sorry, guys. Let's pick a different color here. We'll do blue. All right. So plug in 0 for x. 6 times 0 plus 12y. My pen's acting a little funny there. Sorry, guys. 12y equals 24. Alright. So 6 times 0 we know is 0, so what we're left with is just 12y equals 24. And we know from here, we better know, divide by 12, so y equals 2. 24 divided by 12 is going to give us 2. So we get right up into here. That's going to give us 2. Okay? Now, let's plug in 0 for y. I'm going to extend this page just a tad here. Plug in 0 for y, so we got 6x plus 12 times y, in this case 12 times 0 equals 24. Well, we know 12 times 0 is 0, so we're basically left with 6x equals 24. And again, here, 6 times x, we got to divide by 6. Right, and so we're left with x equals, if we divide both sides by 6, 24 divided by 6 will give us 4. Okay, so x equals 4. So we plugged in 0 for y. and we got 4 for x. So if you look here, we've essentially just found our x and y intercepts. Right? When x is 0, our y-intercept is 2. When y is 0, x is 4. So these are our intercepts right here. Y-intercept, x-intercept. And now all we're going to do is we're going to graph these intercepts and connect the dots. So x is 0, y is 2. X is 0. I'm going side to side all. Y is 2. Bam. Okay. Then when x is 4, y is 0. So x is 4, y is 0. And there you go. Now let's just connect the dots. Close. And you guys got the point. I'll put some arrows on the end there for you. And that's how we would graph a line in standard form. Graphing a line in standard form, even though it's different than our mx plus b, it's really not that difficult. You just plug in 0 for each x and y. And you guys are smart enough to know when you plug in 0, it becomes easy math anyway. And it's always going to cancel out that one term. So it's really not too difficult of a process. What I'd love to see if you're able to do is that as a challenge problem, if you can get this right, there's 2 parts to it. If you can get it right, I'll put you up on the wall of fame. So on a separate sheet of paper, when I come around to check these notes, I'd like you to take this equation here, 6x plus 12y equals 24, and I'd like you to transfer it into slope-intercept form, and I want you to find out what the slope is. Okay, and then the second thing I'd like you to do is create an equation, a formula, in order to determine what the slope is of an equation in standard form. See if you can do that. So maybe if you transfer it into slope-intercept form, identify what the slope is, and sort of figure out where the pieces fell, how you got to that from this standard form. Okay, so transfer into slope-intercept form, determine your slope, and see if you can create a formula of how to find slope when an equation is in standard form. Put all that on a separate sheet of paper. If you nail it, it'll go up on the wall of fame. All right, hope this is helpful. We'll do some more of these practice problems in class, and I'll see you guys then. Peace.